I think Liverpool's next manager is going to be Xabi Alonso and
Play another season with Leverkusen in the Champions League. Maybe he takes over Bayern because Tuchel dips. Who knows?
Yeah.
If you don't make the right appointment of a gaffer and you're losing these players, you make one wrong move in the Prem, you're not in the top 4.
What's next for Klopp in that regard then? Where's he going next after his
No, Klopp is done.
sabbatical? You think he's retired?
I see him taking over the national team. The chance to coach, a very, very strong German generation of players where they've kind of been disappointing since they've won the World Cup.
I have respect for Xavi. I have immense respect for him because he's not a coach first, he's a culé first.
Culero.
Anyone knows, you know. Can I finish talking first? Why is he talking for?
about how you respect.
Oh my gosh.
Do you love the Premier League? Because I know I do. And here at the Footy Culture, we are here to bless you with an exclusive discount from our friends at Fubo TV, where you can stream all the Premier League matches live in 4K. Do you love watching Heung-min Son, Bukayo Saka, Manchester United? All of that is available to stream exclusively here in Canada on Fubo TV. So hit our link in the bio for that exclusive offer. Now let's get into the action.
Do you moisturize?
Me? My hands? Yeah, for sure.
It's good.
Cocoa butter? Shea butter?
I use the cocoa butter Vaseline.
Start, man.
They had it on sale at Shoppers the other day. I bought like 4 or 5 bottles.
Wow.
Oh, yeah?
It was on sale.
Bro, it takes
Well,
like
you
a lifetime to go through one.
Oh, you bought 4 or 5 bottles?
Yeah.
Okay, then give me one.
So
You want?
How do you have 4 or 5 bottles? How many
You're
bottles?
I bought them. I put them in the cart and then I left.
How big are
That's
they?
way too much.
It's about you big.
No!
Okay, you're definitely using it. You're definitely,
It's the body.
you're definitely using it for more than just your hands.
No, it's not hand. It's body.
Exactly.
No, I use it for elbows.
It's gonna last you at
My
least
elbows
5
get
years.
ashy. My elbows get ashy. So I get my elbows, my shoulders.
This guy went full.
10 pumps for one.
No, especially in the winter, like my legs get dry sometimes, so I moisturize my legs.
He went full couponer. Extreme couponing.
Lotion on my body. I don't know why.
Feels sticky.
I don't know. I feel sticky.
No, not this one. This one's good. That's why. It's Vaseline, but it's cocoa butter Vaseline.
Can you shut up?
So it's not too bad.
What
Not
you're
too
talking about? Freaky.
Shut up and go.
You,
Too
bro.
old.
We're the Vaseline culture, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy.
Welcome back to the episode, Footy Culture, aka the Vaseline culture, because I'm getting absolutely roasted for moisturizing. It's crazy. But it's that time of the year. The managerial merry-go-round begins.
I started.
A few managers we've already seen drop. A few more,
Dropped?
I'm sure, will follow.
Yeah.
Right? We
Possibly.
already have some confirmed managers that won't be here at the end of the season, or at least at their current clubs, and more to come. But today, we have the brattiest couch of all time to my left here.
The Barca boys
The Barca boys and Spog
plus Chris.
make up the brattiest couch of all time here. So we know that there's going to be trouble on this couch here. And then, of course, we have our boy, the main man, Red Bull Dan.
Oh, damn.
Red Bull Dan, baby.
RBD, bro.
RBD. RBD.
Jeez, bro. How much they paid you, bro?
Holy.
What's that
I'm getting ready for the new season, man.
Get ready.
Saying, bro.
Getting ready for the new season.
Get ready for the new season.
Passenger to Verstappen.
F1 2024. We'll be here for it. But you know who won't be here for it?
Tell me.
Jay, because he's not here.
Jurgen Klopp.
Oh, big Jurgen.
Jurgen Klopp.
Klopsky, bro.
He announces that he doesn't
Stressed.
have the energy anymore. He's stressed. He's tired.
Doesn't have the
fed up.
cojones. Doesn't have the cojones, man.
Yeah,
fed up.
He says basically, and I quote, I am
No,
how I can say it.
What's his accent?
What is this accent?
How can I say it's running out of energy? I have no problem now. Obviously, I am absolutely fine now. I know that I cannot do the job again and again and again and again. I told the club already in November.
That's not his accent. That's a horrible accent.
That was I thought that was pretty solid.
So he told the club in November.
Yeah.
He's not
So that's
fit.
how many months, dude?
Of
2
what?
months
Yeah.
that he's not gonna be renewing his contract because didn't they want to give him a contract renewal?
Probably.
Yeah, why not?
Obviously, why wouldn't they? They're gonna win the league.
Yeah.
But it's better that he tells him now. They can start looking for a new manager. You're gonna tell him in September.
Yeah, because who knows? You might lose options. At least now you have negotiating time to potentially
Yeah,
start
100%.
chatting up some other managers, get an idea of who might be available. If you wait to the summer, then you're hiring a manager, and then you have to start planning the squad. At least you know now he's not going to be there next season, you can already start to plan. Okay, is Virgil going to be here? Is Salah going to get sold? You know what I mean? Is that kind of old guard going to be sold? And, you know, are we going to see a new Liverpool? Right? Like, who's going to lead that new Liverpool? Is it going to be someone like Nunez? Is it going to be someone like Szoboszlai? Or is it going to be Trent? Right? Leading this team. I'm sure Alisson will still be there as well. But I think we're going to see a lot of new faces with Liverpool. And I think it's going to be similar to when earlier this decade, when they sold Coutinho, and they had that big influx of cash, and they kind of rebuilt the squad around that. Like Suarez was gone, Coutinho was gone, and they rebuilt the squad from there. They had some banter era years during that time. They had a few rough squads. Man. I don't think they'll necessarily stoop that low because I think the squad is deeper than it was at that point. But I definitely think that, you know, the Liverpool that we know, Mane, Firmino, Salah, like all those guys are going to be gone, right? Yeah. Most likely by summer.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't realize that. You're right. It's not going to just be Klopp going. I think with this news, you're going to see a lot of the players that he brought are the ones that we all thought that Salah was going to leave last season. You know, those contracts from Saudi. I'm sure he's going to leave as well. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, what's his reason to stay now? Like, obviously, Liverpool doing good, but I feel like he's tired too. Like, he probably wants to go too, and I think this is the perfect time for him to go as well.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, like, if you're Van Dijk, if you're Salah, even if you're to an extent like Andy Robertson.
You know, he's already kind of getting pushed out, no?
You've been there, you've done that. Maybe you can win this league, you know, one last hurrah, win the title, go out on a high. I think especially if they win the league, I think for sure Van Dijk and Salah are probably out.
Both.
I don't know where to.
Right? I think regardless, they're gone. Because I heard they only have 18 months left on their contracts, both of them, Salah and Van Dijk.
You got to get something back for those players if you can. Reinvest that into some younger players. You know, I mean, we've seen Liverpool do a phenomenal job at already starting to rebuild the squad with young players. Konate's been brought in, and he's been, for me, probably the best center back in the league this year. Konate.
Up there.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
I think Konate for sure has taken a huge step this season. So now it's like, is this his back line now? You know, can he lead this back line similar to how Van Dijk has done?
I don't think yet.
Next year. But I'm saying this year, he's been probably the best center back in the league.
Him and Van Dijk, I would say that those two probably.
Well, for sure, they've been phenomenal. But you've already seen someone like Szoboszlai and McAllister come in, kind of rejuvenate that midfield, and you've seen the forward line. You have Diaz, you have Nunez, you have Gakpo, you have Jota. You already have that kind of influx of attacking talent that's kind of waiting to take that next step up.
Yeah.
Without Salah, but I think they're still missing a few pieces. I think if Salah goes, I think for me, cheeky one, Kvara.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Kvara.
The only thing though I can say is that Klopp did really well was kind of like obviously keep growing his squad, but for him to, you know, step down with the level that his squad's at, he's not really doing Liverpool a disservice, and he's also not doing his work there as a disservice either.
Yeah,
it's not like he was sacked. It's not like he left the team in a bad shape.
In a shambles. Yeah.
If he's leaving his team now, like I feel like he's doing the best for himself and for his career as a manager.
He might be leaving on a title-winning season.
Yeah,
they might win the Premier League.
Well, again, they did have a weak season last year, not making into the Champions League. And surprisingly, some players obviously stood out from that team still. But I think he's doing a great job. And even then, like you say, Salah, a big role. I heard a stat, too, that I guess games without Salah there, I guess just not due to injuries, or it could be also involved with injuries. But obviously, since he's in AFCON, the stat was every games where Salah has not been available to play, they've won.
Really?
I don't know the competition that you're coming up against, but it's not like it's a big loss where like they need that Salah to come and score the goals. Because who did they face last? And they beat them, obviously. Nunez, Jota scoring. I think they ended up winning like multiple goals, 4 or 5, something like that.
I think we're kind of seeing, instead of it just being Mo scoring the goals and carrying the heavy load, we're seeing that distributed amongst the front 3 and 4 almost, because you have that kind of fourth player. Because I think you have 4 attackers that are all around the same level. You have Nunez, Diaz, Jota, and Gakpo, who in my opinion are all roughly on the same level. They're not necessarily elite star players, but they're very, very good forwards that I think are waiting to take that next step. And I think, you know, you could only go so far with that. But I think you need that almost like star. And I think that's why someone like Kvara or someone like Kubo potentially. You know, replacing Salah, left-footed right winger, can definitely be something I think that comes in and kind of rejuvenates that squad a little bit. I think for sure, if Salah's gone, they're buying a big name attacker.
I don't think Cavada's going to be that name, though. You have too many left wingers already. You have Diaz, Jota plays on the left sometimes. You have Nunez who could play on the left, and you have Gakpo who could play on the left.
Yeah,
as well.
Gakpo and
But who could play on the right?
Gakpo, Jota.
Gakpo, Jota.
Okay, but we're with our starting three. Cavada's a player that has to be starting like 85% of the matches.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you take out? You're going to take out Diaz, Luis Diaz?
No, Diaz can play on the right too.
No, he can't. When has he ever played on the right?
He's played on the right.
He hasn't.
That's true. He's played on the right for Colombia too.
Diaz played on the right.
No.
Diaz plays both sides.
You're going to want him to play. You're going to want everybody to play in their best position.
I think Cavada would be nasty at Liverpool.
Yeah, I think he'd fit.
I think he'd
I
fit.
think he'd fit.
Yeah.
And realistically, let's just get it out there. The next manager is probably going to be Xabi Alonso. He's already said it that his next club is going to be Liverpool,
Or Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, or Bayern. And there's already one. Ancelotti's staying another year of Madrid.
And there's a spot open.
Bayern,
Tuchel wants to go to Spain.
yeah, I guess it could be. But he has more of a love for Liverpool, I think, because he won the UCL with them. But I think Liverpool's next manager is going to be Xabi Alonso, and whatever replacement.
He might bring a couple players with him.
Yeah,
He might like.
They may have play a totally different system.
You know what I mean? Like Frimpong, another player who deserves a transfer next coming season.
They won't get Frimpong because he got Trent.
Yeah, but Trent can play
And will play a midfield.
midfield role. They don't really have that mid. Like who's that holding mid?
Yeah, they don't really have.
I don't have a 6.
And then Frimpong.
Only a 6 though.
No,
He's not, but I'm sure Xavi will bring his own little 2 cents into the game. Obviously,
Trent would play the Palacios role.
Yeah.
obviously the style from Bundesliga to Premier League is going to be a little bit challenging for him. It's a big change, a little bit faster pace. So he might need those players to pick up. Again, besides Van Dijk and Konate, I have drew blank there. Who else do you have really? Right?
Yeah.
He's gonna probably have to bring some with him.
Some center backs.
Again, just kind of change the squad, but add some little gaps here and there. Where again, that club is already great as is.
Yeah.
I don't know. The way I see it, man, I feel Liverpool are going to be going back to being a mid club.
It's tough.
Klopp leaving, bro. Their best ever manager in a long time. Salah's going to leave. He's not going to extend the contract. Van Dijk's not going to extend the contract. That's your 2 best players gone. Salah's a huge goal output on that team.
Yeah.
And personally, I think Liverpool's attackers are kind of mid. Like Nunez, he's a good talent, but he hasn't really been firing.
Yeah, but dude, look at his stats this season.
After that injury, Gakpo, he's okay. And then Jota, he's all right too. Like
More of a super sub almost, Jota.
that too, right? And like Liverpool's mid, is it really that good?
I think it's been much improved.
For sure, but then again, they also don't have a 6, and
You also got
every top side needs a top class 6.
Oh, they're right now. They're top of the Prem with Endo.
with no 6. And this is the first season with those midfields.
Yeah,
It's a completely new midfield.
but I do agree with Matt. I think that it's going to be crucial, their next steps, in terms of appointing the right gaffer
100%. Yeah.
and then making the right signings to replace those players, because this is a situation where even if you get it slightly wrong, especially in the Premier League,
like an Andy Carroll type of signing.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that happening again for Liverpool.
or you appoint the wrong gaffer, like maybe Xabi Alonso doesn't commit to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Maybe there's too much uncertainty there, and he wants to play it safe, play another season with Leverkusen in the Champions League. Maybe he takes over Bayern because Tuchel dips. Who knows?
Yeah.
If you don't make the right appointment of a gaffer, and you're losing these players, you make one wrong move in the Prem, you're not in the top 4. You've seen United. You know what I mean? They had a gaffer that led them to top 4 last season. They were good. They made a couple, not the best signings, and now look, they've been left behind.
Yeah, but you
Chelsea,
can't
same thing.
you can't compare that squad that United was left with at the end of the last season to this Liverpool squad.
But what about Chelsea?
No, but the way Klopp is leaving this club
Yeah,
is in really good shape compared to other clubs where managers have left or been sacked.
yeah. That's
Because
fair
it's not like you're bringing in a whole new different team with you, or again a completely different system. I don't think Xabi's gonna go in there and be like, "Hey, we're changing everything that you learned from Klopp. We're doing." There's no chance. There's no chance, especially if you have a team that's built like that. You kind of just have to again.
But everyone's leaving.
Everyone's leaving.
The same team.
Why would he not?
I don't think
no,
everyone's leaving.
players.
I don't think everyone's
But
leaving.
that's basically the majority of like the core that Klopp had, that Klopp era.
No, but if you're telling me Konate is stepping up, Van Dijk a little bit, also probably getting older, okay.
Konate might be gone. Van Dijk might be gone. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But you have Konate, who's stepped up, can be a leader back there.
Yeah.
And then, okay, sure, you still have a little bit of core, but maybe the players that Xabi Alonso does bring to his squad can kind of shape into the style that he wants to specifically play at.
Exactly.
It should be a different place.
That's real.
Nothing completely, sure, but
It would be.
at
Why
least-
would he not?
But he has the
hasn't
core
lost a game
players.
yet.
But he has the core players.
Okay, yeah, but I 100% agree he would change his play style right away.
But completely compared to what he has in Leverkusen to what he has now, what can you say that is really changed in the way he uses his players? Maybe a little bit more fullback role in terms of attacking.
It's all pretty much through the wing backs, and then you have
And again, sure,
three backs,
okay,
yeah.
bring in 2 fullbacks. Robertson again is not consistent. He's injured, been injured most of the season.
Yeah.
Right. Your right back again is not a fullback. You can probably convert him into more of a defensive mid role or supporting role.
Mhm.
You do bring strong fullbacks with you, okay, and then you kind of have that wing play where you don't really need Salah. You have Jota, Nunez, Diaz playing more of a central attacking 3 up top,
And I think Szoboszlai takes maybe a little bit further up.
Well, I think so.
and then you can play maybe 2 at the back, and then you have Trent maybe more supportive role where Frimpong steps up. He can kind of cover his position, play more of the central role. It can work. It can work.
I don't think Frimpong is gonna be the guy that they bring in from Leverkusen. I think the main guy they bring in is Xhaka. Is the 6 like what they need?
The shock.
And he's been probably their best player this year. He changed
Under the radar.
that team like insanely because the way he controls that ball and on that field,
But don't
he
do you?
just plays more
I
calm.
don't
Do you-
think see him coming back to the Prem.
Yeah, that's the thing. No.
Xabi Alonso calls.
I don't think after one season he would dip.
No,
I-
I think I think he's kind of rebuilt his confidence and his role in Leverkusen and Germany, maybe because just the style of football is a little bit easier for him to play with.
Easier.
Can you not? Yeah,
He's good at Arsenal.
Dude, I think look at Arsenal this season without him.
or the pressure, dude, or the pressure. Maybe
They're missing Xhaka realistically at
Are they though?
Yes.
what place are they in the league?
He was good at Arsenal.
They have Rice, but Xhaka is a different type of player. He's a player that was experienced, calmed the game down, and always made the right pass.
Man, Rice has experience too. Yeah, what do you mean? You make it seem like Rice doesn't have experience. He's been playing in the Prem for how many
Arsenal's
years?
not the same team as
They're not the same team. They're not the same team.
But again,
And
like
at the end of the day, he's a key player. We've seen him just walk into this Leverkusen side and become a key man in the midfield because of how he's able to kind of control the game, control the tempo. I think Spatty's right. I don't think Xhaka is going to necessarily go to Liverpool because I don't think he's going to dip after one season. But I think he's going to look for a similar profile player who's going to be there to control the tempo of the game.
yeah, for
He's
sure.
going to play that long pass.
It's hard. Well,
It's hard to
yeah,
find
but why not develop a player like Trent, who's been kind of been a little
into
bit
that role.
into that role where he's kind of been playing like that supporting role now.
He's just Trent doesn't defend, bro. He doesn't like to defend.
We're talking about like
You can tell.
the deep line.
Xhaka is a strong player who's gonna put his body in. Trent doesn't do that.
And
Trent will let the guy walk by him.
Trent would probably play more similar to how Palacios has been playing.
Exactly.
for Leverkusen.
The box.
And then I think maybe that's that kind of key position they look to fill.
Exactly.
Would
He's
be
gonna
that kind
try
of
to get
6
some.
because either way I think they need a 6 whether they want to play a three chain or 4-3-3. Either way I think they maybe need a little bit of an upgrade on Endo. Endo I think is very underrated, but if you're competing with the top dogs, I
Yeah.
think you need someone maybe a little bit better than Endo. And Endo is not young either. He's getting older as well.
Yeah, elite
Good
players.
stopgap player, but I don't think it's necessarily it. But this is all assuming that
Xavi goes, yeah.
after.
But I think he's the best option.
Yeah, easily
Yeah.
because of what he's doing with Leverkusen this year. He's Liverpool legend, but we've also seen all these legends fail.
Mm-hmm.
So is it the best move to go to a
But
team that you're a legend at?
compare give me other legends names.
Like, what do you mean?
Just give me other legends names that you say that have failed. Lampard, okay. Lampard, go ahead.
Lampard, Xavi, Pirlo.
Henri.
So now from all those players you just named, what experience did they have before joining those big clubs?
Yeah, none.
Not much.
Okay, there's your answer. Xabi Alonso is doing it in one of the strongest leagues, one of the strongest top 5 leagues against big teams like Bayern and Dortmund. And where are they?
Yeah,
Haven't lost a game yet?
No.
So, and not for anything, sure, it's not that much experience, but he's proving it.
Yeah.
If let's say you go to Bayern, okay, Leverkusen, he's maybe making it like fighting for top 5, top 6, sure, and then you give him straight to Liverpool, definitely not.
Yeah.
But if he's doing this, and not saying his team's poor, but he's also made some good transfers with the team he's got.
Yeah, they've made some really smart signings, and I think the thing with Xabi Alonso, which you can't necessarily say about some of those other club legends that we spoke about, he has a clear, identified style of play.
100%.
There's a pattern to the play. The players respect him like not a lot of other gaffers. Like you can see how he controls the training. All the players are just in awe. They're watching, they're listening to every word he says because they can tell that we need to listen to him because he knows what he's doing. And even you can see the way they move the ball and their patterns of play. Each player knows where they need to be, no matter what's happening in the game.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can say that for a lot of the other gaffers that we mentioned, Pirlo, Gattuso, Lampard. Sure, those are club legends, but they weren't controlling the team like Xabi Alonso has done, especially this season. Last season, they kind of had a good push. They fell just outside of the Champions League. But this season, they brought in those key players that were missing, and now look at what a difference.
Did he not join last season like midway through?
Yeah.
and since he joined that team midway through, they did pretty well because they were doing pretty poorly at the beginning.
Yeah, they had their gaffer that I think now took over Gladbach. It's a Swiss lad.
Since he's joined that club, he's done really well.
They've done phenomenal, right? He came from Sociedad B, right? So he was coming
crazy.
from, a lower level of Spanish football. But it goes to show when you have your philosophy, you stick to it, and you have the right appointment of players, how quickly success can come. And I think, you know what I mean, that's going to be key for Liverpool is making sure they hire that right gaffer. Me personally, I think Xabi Alonso would be great there. I don't think he goes.
I don't think yet, to be honest.
I don't think he goes yet. I think he's not the kind of guy to jump ship. I think he's going to see it through with Leverkusen for at least one more season when they're playing in the Champions League. Because they're obviously, I think, unless they have a colossal downfall, they'll be playing Champions League football next year. And I think he wants to kind of lead these same group of players to the Champions League.
It would be great to see.
Have them show it on the big stage what he can do and kind of really cement himself as a top tier gaffer who's been able to do it in the Bundesliga, who's been able to do it in the Europa League now this season, and who's able to do it in the Champions League as well. And then maybe you see a little bit of a shift. Maybe then he'll maybe look for a new challenge because he's accomplished what he's wanted to do.
Will we see key players leave Leverkusen though? Will he have the same team next year?
I think you'll have the same team. Right?
I
As he stays, I think so.
I honestly don't. That's the thing. I honestly don't think that there's going to be too many players that are too keen to go because I think if you look at the team itself, a lot of these players almost owe their success and this come up to him.
A lot of them were like reject players from like
style
the
of
country,
play,
other clubs.
in terms of the trust that he has in these players, and in terms of also how new some of these players are to the team. Like I don't necessarily think someone like Boniface is going to leave after a season, right?
I've heard some rumors.
There's always going to be rumors. When a player is playing well, and he's not playing for one of the top 3 teams in the world, there's always going to be rumors circulating. But I personally don't think so. Like Grimalo's not going to go anywhere. Frimpong, he has a release clause in his contract, but is he going to want to go somewhere and maybe potentially risk it? We've seen these wingbacks in the past be system players. They've done so well in one system, they've gone to another team, and they're like, "Oh, what happened to that guy? He was so good."
Like your boy.
Who?
Guerrero.
Yeah. Well, Guerrero, yeah. Similar thing, right? And but no, I think it'll definitely be interesting.
So what's next for Klopp in that regard then? Where's he going next after his
No, Klopp is done.
sabbatical? You think he's retired?
Klopp is done. I think the only question here is like who's going to replace Klopp. If it's not Xabi, who? Klopp is for sure going to be done for the next 2-3.
Like what's he gonna go as?
No, I know, but Klopp is done. I feel like he's going to be out not, for like next 2-3 years at least.
I think so.
I think
He said himself.
1 year.
He said himself.
I don't know. Yeah, Dave, you can see he has passion to coach.
Yeah.
And a person like that with so much passion, so much drive, and he has so much left in him. I think he's definitely gonna want to coach.
Do you guys think Pep drove him to wanting to quit?
No.
Pep's been dominating that league, and he has one league title.
No, I think
He also has 2 CLs.
Yeah, but he's created also something that Liverpool's culture that hasn't been seen in years, where he can actually have these fans,
yeah, but I think
stand by their team.
some coaches are different. Obviously, Pep likes to stay where he's winning, and I guess he just doesn't get tired of winning. Meanwhile, you can tell that Klopp is someone who would like change, and he's been there for how many years?
Like what, 6?
6 years,
I
probably.
think more.
If not
I think
more.
7 or 8.
And it comes to a point, and like he wants something new. I feel like, not saying that I'm a coach, but I can resonate that. Like I like to try new things here and there, and like maybe he's just a coach like that. He wants to try a new challenge.
He's a coach that's like building up the team.
Exactly.
Because now you could tell like Liverpool's either gonna fight for first or they're gonna have a down year. But it's been back and forth with that. but there's not much you could do with that Liverpool team.
Yeah.
He's already won it all with them.
And maybe he kind of sees what's going to happen next year. Like, what if he stays and Salah does dip and Van Dijk does dip, and it's kind of like not a full rebuild, but he's going to have to rebuild something. And for him, it's like, okay, I might as well stay here, or like I could try a new challenge. This is probably the perfect time for him to leave, if anything.
Okay, so let's say he takes the year off, right? There's going to be teams obviously missing managers. We can already see a few now, but they might not be next year. But who do we see him managing in the future?
Me personally, I see him taking over the national team.
Germany, eh?
That'd be cool.
I think Nagelsmann is very temporary. I don't think he wants to be there. Obviously, it's an honor to coach your country, but
yeah,
he's young. He wants to be coaching.
he's a club
day in,
coach.
day out at a club. I think he's bored coaching the national team because there's not a lot to do.
Yeah.
You're just watching players here, you're watching players there. He wants to, I think, be more hands-on and be developing his skill set.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Klopp, it might be a little bit of a nice refresher to kind of have that national team experience.
Where you can relax a bit.
Yeah, maybe relax, recharge a little bit,
Yeah.
but then also have, the chance to coach, a very, very strong German generation of players where they've kind of been disappointing since they've won the World Cup. Right? I think no manager's been able to get it right for them, and I think maybe he might want to come in, coach this generation now that's going to have a Wirtz and a Musiala to kind of build around,
Yeah.
and then really kind of propel this generation to do well, right? Obviously, they have the Euro this summer. I think it's too soon. He's not going to be there. Heading into the World Cup in 2026 and another Euro in 2028, I'm sure he maybe might want to look at taking over that team, potentially, and then who knows after that. But I think personally, I can see him going the national route.
Yeah, I could see either
like that.
the national team or maybe back to the Bundesliga.
Where?
Yeah, reunion.
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 That we see him back at Dortmund?
Or
They love a good reunion, but who knows? I think
when
it's-
Xavi leaves, he goes to thing. Leverkusen.
Oh,
There you go.
he's not going to take over there.
You might. Leverkusen have a good project going on. I
Yeah.
think you never know, obviously, but I don't know. Maybe who knows? You never really know. Dortmund obviously love their reunions, but it's going to be a different Dortmund by the time he's ready to coach too,
Yeah.
because Watzke will be gone, and it's going to be a totally different kind of team there. So who knows? But I think whatever team gets him next will be blessed.
I think off with this Klopp, these Klopp debates and questions. What would you say? What comes to mind when you think of Klopp in the Premier League? Like, what is your last final
Running to the tunnel after every whenever the game ends.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
As he said, why? This guy always sprints
Yeah.
back to the tunnel, bro. As soon as the game's done.
He's done.
Does he even shake the other
I don't
coach's
think
hand?
so. I think he does.
No, he does. He sticks around after.
He'll go for a quick handshake and he's out.
Sprints.
Oh no, but you see post game where he's going up to the fans, he's doing a celebration.
Yeah, I like those.
He does that.
Yeah.
That's a celebration. Or maybe during a halftime he just sprints.
It's halftime. I think he sprints out.
Is it? I think it's a
Half
half the
time.
game too, no?
Maybe
Maybe
it's
here there.
halftime. More.
But yeah, like when I think of Klopp, I think of God.
Nah, definitely the passion for sure, bro.
Yeah,
That passion is like unmatched.
It's
the
just his
passion for
longevity, right? Like we see the Prem. Obviously, the Prem is the best league in the world, but not many coaches stay for that long. Not many coaches stay for 2 or 3 years, and for him to stay as long as he did in the toughest league in one of the best teams, and what he's done for that team is like, it's. I think him and Pep will go to that level where it's like Fergie level, where it's like they're goats of the Premier League.
See,
He's a goat of the Premier League, I'd say.
I have way more respect for Klopp than I do Guardiola because he literally made Liverpool
yeah.
good again.
100%.
Pep came into a team that already won the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could say that Pep made City and maybe even the Prem kind of more relevant.
Yeah, but if you let's say you put Klopp onto that team, you give him the amount of money that Pep had, would he do the same thing?
He would do well, but you could make the argument that maybe they wouldn't be as dominant. Klopp has always shown that he's been able to take his team to very high highs, but they're not always able to stay there.
Yeah.
At every team he's been to, even on Dortmund, he was able to take them to very high highs. But at one point, when he was at Dortmund, they were in like 16th or 17th place before he
But
left.
dude,
Yeah, but
you
is
can.
that because of the money? Because Pep could
Yes,
bring in
that's
player
that's
every
exactly the thing.
every window.
Potentially, but at the end of the day, it could also just be the style of play is very different too. Like Klopp's style of play is high press, but it's also very demanding on some of these players, and you
Yes.
can't be refreshing the whole team.
No. See,
if it's demanding on players, why would we need refreshing on the whole team?
Yeah, you're not refreshing. You're just adding in depth.
But
demanding.
that team hasn't changed since he's got there. There's been little to no change with this starting team
For Klopp,
for Klopp.
but you haven't seen. There has been.
There has been, but not crazy. And Chris is right though. He's saying like, yeah, Pep can just be like, you want to keep winning? Okay, buy me this player. You want to keep winning? Buy me this player. Klopp can't do that, dude. His net waste money spent in that club since he's joined, dude. Ten Hag's already surpassed that in one season,
Yeah.
in 1.5
They
seasons, in
spent
2
quite a bit.
seasons.
We can't act like Klopp hasn't spent a lot of
Dude, but
you can't
but
compare
are you
it, though.
comparing though to but look at the players that
One's an
he
oil club, one's not.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But look at what he spent in the past 8 years and what he's achieved with that team. He got a Champions League before Pep did.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I respect Klopp way more for what he did for Liverpool than what Pep did for City, even with the three-peat. The three-peat with the treble. Like, I don't care about that treble. You have the most
More-
expensive
more-
team in the world.
More
by far.
finals than Champions Leagues, right? Sure, you can win the league every year, but Champions League is different. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think you got to put like respect on Pep's name because I think like over
No, I have respect.
no, but like over a decade ago, like if someone were to tell you like Manchester is blue, you'd laugh at them, right? You wouldn't believe them. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Still isn't.
But the thing is, City was winning leagues before he got there. That's what I'm trying to say. Who was
like
to
a
say
1-2
Wow,
league.
one,
Who's
2 leagues? Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
just
but that's still
starting to
winning
get
leagues.
good.
In the league that's full of competition.
They were just starting to get good at that time.
But you also see when gaffers have money, they don't do nothing with it. They buy stupid players.
But they did because we had Pellegrini win it, had Mancini win it, we had other managers
Yes,
win it.
of course.
You bring in someone average, not average, obviously not average, but
Yeah, what is he trying to say?
you bring in someone and he's good.
You?
He's gonna get a decent amount of trophies still. Maybe,
Oh,
not,
City side.
maybe not Pep trophies.
Bring
but
Ten
you
Hag
put-
to Man City, it's not the same thing.
It might, honestly, it might be. You never know.
No, bro, look
You
how much
put-
he's
you
done
put
already.
Klopp, he gets the same amount. Of
I think yes, I think so. I think
because
so.
Those are two quality managers.
No, but dude, the players he has in his team again, they're quality compared to the rest. And again, he can buy whatever he wants. If he gets it wrong, he gets it wrong. Gets it right, gets it right. And not for anything, sure, he has a specific style that he can work with, but the money's there.
and his system is a high press, as James said. That would work perfectly with a lot of money because he would have the depth to rotate, and his team wouldn't gas out by the end of the season. So to say that Klopp wouldn't be able to do this, it's
No one said that.
a lie because he would. Whatever. At the end of the day, I have more respect for Klopp because he brought Liverpool from the ground up. He brought Dortmund from the ground up. Pep went to a great Barca team. He went to a great Bayern team. He went to a great City team. He never brought anything up.
That's fair. I think both of them obviously deserve respect for different reasons, but I personally appreciate Klopp a little bit more because he kind of has that from the ground up story mentality, and his teams play some good football too. Right? Obviously, Pep's teams play great football as well, but obviously they're kind of backed by some more funding, right? But kind of switching gears a little bit. Speaking of someone who hasn't been backed by a lot of funding,
Huh?
our
Wait, the
boy
Let's go.
Xavi Hernandez
Barca Brad.
Saying it, man.
has officially announced his resignation at the end of the season, no matter what. No matter if they win the Champions League,
Yep.
no matter if they win the league, no matter what happens, Xavi will not be on that touchline as a coach for Barca next season. I think we all saw this coming.
For sure.
The coming weeks, they haven't had the greatest of results. They haven't had any semblance of a play style or a plan or anything. It's just been kind of individual talent bailing out time and time again. But now that it's kind of, official that he won't be there, and I guess it's going to be almost a new era of Barcelona again. What are your thoughts?
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring Koeman back.
I have respect for Xavi. I have immense respect for him because he's not a coach first. He's a culé first.
Culero.
Anyone knows, you know.
He's a cool.
He said himself, I reached the point of no return. It is time for change. As a culé, I think that it's time to leave. I spoke with the board and the club today, and I will leave on June the 30th.
It's crazy that maybe some guy in the media team just ChatGPT'd that up for him and told him to say this so we don't have a bad image for you like we did with Koeman.
100%.
That's crazy. No, I respect Xavi because he was not like Koeman and just went down. You know, he understood that he's not the person for the job. And obviously, you know, you have a little heart for him or you kind of want him to you want to stick by his side because he's a legend of the team, so you kind of have some what's the word? Some leeway with him. But I think for him to realize, and the fans obviously realize, it is time to move, and he wants the best for the club, right?
His voice is a little bit shaky here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I was just saying.
Sentimental,
And what's wrong with
emotional.
It's my club.
Nothing wrong with it. I mean,
Sorry, you don't get emotional with your club? It's not my fault.
I watch the games.
Okay, what does that mean?
Okay, no.
Do you watch me watch the
no.
games? This guy's the camera watching me watching games.
Okay, so
That's crazy. Can I finish talking first? Why is he talking
You're just going on
for?
about how you respect.
Oh
Chapman. No
my
one cares.
gosh.
Bro, allow him.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Bro.
Holy.
Okay, let me see the script.
Bro,
Let me.
Long sleeve pierced.
Okay, finish the script. Finish the script. Finish the script. Finish the script.
Finish what you're reading there.
Yeah.
No, I lost my train of thought now.
Yeah.
You're reading a script.
I read what he said, and that's it. What do you a script? What script?
Okay, so you're emotional. You love Xavi.
Okay, go. Now you go. Go ahead. Go. Let's see how.
Let's
Let's see how funny you sound, buddy. Go.
I'm not trying to be funny.
Okay, go.
I was trying to say.
He couldn't do it. Wow. I told you so. Oh. Okay, thanks. What else? What else did anyone else say?
Let's be real. Take your Barca fan hat off. Who was
Okay.
actually the better coach, Koeman or Xavi?
100% Xavi.
Xavi, 100%.
Why though? Get another team
Koeman bottled a league with Messi.
with the worst.
Okay, but stop
worst
telling me
team.
with Messi.
A worst team. We have young players.
With Messi, man.
Barca. Okay, Messi leaves Barca.
So you're
Barca
telling
end
me?
up
So you're
being-
telling me has every single season that Messi's played in the La Liga he's won? Every single season he's played in the
we
Liga he's
always have
won.
a chance.
Every single league in the season.
Every single season, everyone thinks Barca has a chance.
Okay.
Yes.
So he lost the season with Messi, and that's the excuse that he's the worst manager in the
Best
world.
in the world.
Okay, but has Messi ever won La Liga? Sorry, lost the Liga before? Before that?
Well, of course.
Okay, so then why is it Coleman that lost the league with Messi?
Because
Xavi
Xavi doesn't have him.
So name me other teams that
The
other-
other team has the best player in the world.
name me other Barca
What are
teams
you
who
trying to say?
name me other Barca
Okay.
teams that had Messi on it and lost the league. Other gaffers.
We're saying Xavi's better because he didn't have Messi at all.
Okay, but that's always an excuse.
Banter league. Xavi won. Xavi won when Atletico sucked. The Real Madrid was only going for Champions League, and there was no other team.
What?
There's no teams that were going for the league.
Yeah, you guys won a pretty shitty
You
league.
guys won the worst league I've ever seen in La Liga. You know that. That's fine.
All right, sure. All right.
Look,
Sure, buddy.
now the
Dude, you want a league where you guys got kicked out of Champions League and got kicked out of Europa League in the same season,
Yeah.
Okay.
and you're telling me that league was
on the league.
difficult to win.
Focus on the league.
You lose the best player in the world. Obviously, the team's gonna take a downfall.
Okay, man.
I want to go back to these clips where you guys, it's time for Messi to leave. He doesn't try for us anymore. You could tell the ball always goes to him.
When did I say it's time for Messi to leave?
Look for Messi because now we have no game stop. Because
Matthew,
did I
no,
say
no,
it
no.
was
But
time for Messi to
Matthew
leave?
said it before too. You've said it before too. You would never want Messi back in that club. Why?
said that.
That was his chapter ending, bro.
No, there's more than that.
Who's we?
Bro, we could go. back.
No, David, no. Matthew says.
So then shut up.
No.
Like,
Bro,
listen what you're
There's two
saying.
people here, idiot.
Exactly. You're saying
Okay,
we.
you're snapping for no reason.
No, because
No,
you're saying that.
no,
I'm saying
but
this. I'm
no.
not saying this at all.
Okay, we're not saying you
Okay,
are.
why Xavi is better than Koeman? Koeman balled the league with Messi. He was 9th at one place. Xavi came in when the club was in shambles. He somewhat stabilized the club, won 3 trophies in the process. How is that not better than Koeman?
What was going on when Koeman was gaffer with the club?
What do you mean?
What was going on with the gaffer with Koeman at the club in the back end? Wasn't there a bunch of shit going on with the club in the back end with Koeman was there?
Stuff with
No. With Koeman
There was
there,
stuff with Xavi. the
with
refs
Koeman
and
there,
stuff.
no, with Koeman there compared to when Xavi joined that club, weren't you guys changing all this management? You guys had no money being spent. Like, wasn't Koeman the one suffering because of the club itself was putting him in that position?
Coleman was also to an extent. Coleman also stabilized the club. He did, dude. Barca was literally a shambles. You had to scam Braithwaite from another team. Just
Literally, you got Koeman was managing probably the worst Barca club in
that.
ever.
Messi aside,
Yeah, don't say Messi.
Messi
has
aside,
no-
that Barca team was miles behind what Xavi had.
There's a reason why Messi, but why did Messi have to leave?
Messi aside.
Why?
But why did Messi?
Because
No,
La Liga.
okay, not a Liga.
Yeah.
No, but why was that
Tebas
club?
wouldn't allow him.
Why did Messi have to leave? And okay, you can keep Messi, but look at the other freaking 10 players on the pitch next to him.
Tebas wouldn't allow him to
Look
play
at the
for
next
free.
other
That's why
10
he
players
left.
around him.
32-year-old Messi is going to carry that shitbox Barcelona team 38 games of the season.
Yeah, he's been
No.
doing it years prior.
No, not that team.
When
You were
was the
starting
last time-
Braithwaite
when was
next
the
to
last
him?
time they won the league with him?
With him?
Yeah.
I don't know the years off the top of my head.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure they didn't win like years before that. Koeman.
Yeah, they had a few years where they weren't able to win the league.
So how can you blame Koeman for this?
I think at the end of the day, both gaffers brought something different. I think obviously Xavi was able to secure a title, right, in the league. Obviously, it was a little bit of a banter title, but a title nonetheless. I think that's respectable, and I think you have to give him his plaudits. But he had a much better team,
Way better.
much better back line, much better midfield.
We were talking about that they had one of the best teams in the world at the beginning of this year.
Probably like a much deeper attack. Messi aside, a much deeper attacking lineup, you would argue. Yeah. But he was also able to reap the rewards of some of those kind of seeds that Koeman planted with Araujo, with Pedri, with these youngsters that Koeman gave a chance and was able to bring in. So Koeman, I think, to an extent, did stabilize the team.
Xavi gave chances to young players too.
What happened with those young players?
Yamal's doing really well right now.
Valde sucks.
Valde had a great season last year. You got it.
Yeah, Fati stinks.
Okay.
Fati's gone. I think at the end of the day, both gaffers gave chances to young players because they had no other choice. They had to. The club was in a shambles. You have to give young players a chance. I think that's a wash. Both gaffers did that. I think at the end of the day, Xavi was able to do more because he was able to actually bring in players. He was able to bring in Lewandowski, Rafinha, Joao Felix, Ferran Torres, Gundogan, Cancelo, Christensen, Koundé.
Bunch of free transfers.
No, not all of them.
Good business.
Yeah,
You're able to spend money and bring these players in.
Koeman couldn't even get free.
Koeman had to work with an aging Piqué, Mingueza, Braithwaite, Luke de Jong,
He performed.
Vicky Puig.
Ricky Puig. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Felipe Coutinho, Pedri, Araujo, who are also brand new. Sergio Roberto, Neto, Serginho Dest, Moriba, who played one game. You guys just thought he's the best player in the world. Clement Lenglet, Umtiti, Firpo, Pjanic, Trincao. Like, the team was garbage.
Terrible,
Yeah.
man.
I don't know, man.
Don't-
You could say that the team now is kind of mid. Are there attackers really that good?
Come.
Dude, you have Lewandowski.
Sunken them off.
I don't care. I don't care. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you keep saying Lewandowski this, Lewandowski that. He was one of the best strikers in the world coming to that club. Sure, it's his mentality, but why is he put into that position where he's dropping form?
Xavi's
He's getting older,
play
bro.
style.
No, don't tell me he's getting older. That 1 year he was scoring 40 goals a season compared to what?
Players drop
Barely
in form
scoring
like
10.
Father time hits everyone.
yeah,
Players do drop in form.
No, I think at the end of the day, like,
after
whatever. Both gaffers did their thing. I just think it's a little bit unfair, the treatment that Koeman got compared to Xavi. But that's neither here nor there. That was in the past. Xavi's also about to be the past. So with that being said, what's next for Barca?
It's tough because Xavi's leaving June 30th. That means a new manager's going to come in, not have not have a full preseason with a team. So
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you have a full preseason? June 30th, you have a full preseason. I think you have to start looking now for your gaffer. And that way, July 1st,
Yeah.
he's showing up at the training camp.
I got a pre-contract there.
No, I'm sure they're definitely looking.
the thing is I don't think Barca could afford any of like the potential top class managers that wouldn't be
Of
available.
course not.
And because of that, I feel like they're gonna sign another Spanish gaffer. The thing with Barca is they're a club that kind of relies on nepotism and like relationships and stuff like that. And I feel like it might be someone close to the club or a disciple of the club, if you'd say. So maybe someone like Rafa Marquez, who's currently coaching Barca B. Him possibly. More realistic, maybe Alguacil.
Where's he coming from?
Sociedad.
Okay.
Possibly him, maybe one of the
He's currently coaching Sociedad.
Yeah.
So there would have to be some kind of buyout agreement. I'm assuming for
Possibly.
him and Michel as well.
Yeah. Unless their contracts come to an end, I'm not too sure about that. But most realistic, I think it's gonna be a Spanish manager that's already based in La Liga.
Okay.
Because for one, less integration, more familiarity, probably cheaper than obviously paying a top class manager,
Yeah.
and just realistic for Barca, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. We're not gonna get anyone big. We're not gonna get any Klopps or anything like that. There's no chance. And
Where's the screenshot from the group chat?
Yeah. Yo, Klopp confirmed.
I knew that was a lie.
Klopp confirmed Spotify bag secured, lever pulled.
But no, I think yeah, like you said, it's gonna be someone in the league. But I think realistically it's gonna be like Rafa Marquez, where they don't have to like really pay anything.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just like a temporary manager. We'll see what he can do. But It's not gonna be anything big. Nothing crazy.
And the thing is, too, I don't know if a lot of bigger managers want to come to Barca. For one, the media scrutiny in Spain is
Yeah, it's
terrible.
crazy.
Come on,
If
dude.
you saw them, not just them, but obviously the board, push Pep, a legend, a player that loves Barcelona, out of Spain,
But that was
saying
a
he doesn't
sketchy
wanna come
board, no?
back.
That was a sketchy board.
No, but
These
it
guys
was,
are supposed to be
it was
good
the
now.
board as well as the media too. Pep has said that the media in Spain is garbage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can say that
one
about
of the reasons why
it's
it's toxic.
toxic.
You can say that about the Premier League too. We talk about the Premier League.
Oh,
how the media
for sure.
It's all the time too. I
For
think
sure.
at the end of the day, that's just part of coaching one of the biggest teams in the world.
And also part of
Yeah,
the
that is the
sport,
right?
Dude, like, sure, you can say the media is supported by Madrid fans. This Madrid fans, sure, but that's part of the game. You're gonna play at one of the biggest clubs in the world. You're gonna have people behind you wanting to shoot you down.
Which is why I don't think I could see a big manager wanting to come because of that pressure, the pressure of coaching one of the biggest clubs in the world. Barca are a pretty young team right now.
Yeah.
Not much experience in that squad.
I don't know, dude. I think for me, if I'm a gaffer, I would want that challenge. Barca are one of the biggest teams of all time. If you have the opportunity to go into that team where there's a foundation of one of the best young teams in the world, like we've said so
But
many
what
times.
gaffer that's good, who's not going to be demanding a lot of money, is coming to Barcelona?
Dude, there are gaffers that will do it.
Who has to
Mourinho?
cut their paycheck
Mourinho's
and
not
like
going to come to Barca.
gets
bro.
to cut his
think
paycheck,
Even
bro?
if you wanted to, I don't think Barca would take him.
Yeah.
Just,
So he won't
just
go to
rivalry. Like,
I don't know. Mourinho worked for the club,
yeah, he did, but then he went to
They
Madrid.
went to Madrid
You
for
saw the
years.
antics that happened with that.
I suppose, but I don't know. I think at the end of the day, even if there are big gaffers that I think would take the job at Barcelona,
Don't have money for that.
I think
It's literally there's like not many positives, bro. Like I said, the media is horrible.
yeah.
Big club, a few big egos already in that team. Lewandowski, very young team,
Mm-hmm.
no financial backing.
Mm-hmm.
What reason is there to come?
So would you rather just keep Xavi at this point?
He's not staying, bro. He's gone.
Said he's
Let's say there's a possibility of him to stay. Would you rather have just kept Xavi?
Well,
Matthew said it before. He'd rather have him gone,
Have him
Then
gone?
what?
didn't you?
I don't think so.
If his performance was continuing like this, I'm sure you said.
Depending on his performance.
And if it continues, what makes you say that any other manager that comes in is going to change this
I'm not saying
for the better? But for the better, any other manager going to come in and change this?
that Barca could sign realistically. No,
Okay, so why would I drop him?
he's not dropping. He's
not
leaving.
dropping.
So okay, whatever. They could have dropped him too, but yeah, why is he leaving?
because the pressure is too much, and he knows that he probably hit his ceiling already.
And not for anything, but for you guys to say, "Oh, I love how Xavi's leaving like this to the club. It shows the respect from bro." The guy's losing at his worst time as well. It's not like he's leaving at the high either.
He kind of did leave on a high. He won La Liga last season.
No, dude, he's doing a shit performance this season as well, with a better team than he had last season.
They have no play style.
Yeah, they don't.
So
Just an example.
did you? Okay, go. Oh, that was your example.
No, just an example. If I said, "Oh, Ten Hag is leaving the club this right now tomorrow," is he leaving at a high or is he going to leave
He
in?
didn't do anything for that club.
They did well in Champions League. They did well in Europa League last season.
They what?
Europa League last season.
They won the Europa League
Oh,
last.
they made it to the finals, right?
Man United won
So it's further than what you guys did.
won the league last year.
No, but in the club. That's right, in the Champions League, in the Europa League.
What are you saying?
He did better than you guys in the Europa
in
League.
Europe.
Okay,
In Europe.
we won the league.
Like we said, in the shittiest league.
We haven't won anything.
They still won a league. They're dominant against Madrid.
Come on. Madrid didn't play those games.
Okay, so
Like,
so you guys would keep Xavi.
there's nothing else. Yes, I would.
There's no other
There's
option.
nothing else.
Realistically.
Okay, so
Well,
last,
give me two options.
okay, I just want to go back because I'm just going back on what you guys said and preached. I'm going back to when you guys wanted Koeman out. I want Koeman out. I don't care if he's winning trophies. If the football's not good, I don't want him at my club. That's why I watch soccer. That's why I watch football. Now you got Xavi playing absolutely disgusting football.
But there's no option.
And you're no. There's no options when Koeman left either.
Was there?
No, there wasn't. It was Xavi. Xavi's not that good of an option.
I think-
he's managing Qatar.
Like I said, I think Xavi's better. Koeman got sacked at every job he was at. He created bad relationships with
Yeah, but what job? Compare his job and his freaking resume to Xavi's resume.
It's the same.
what does Koeman have?
No, that's not my example. I'm talking about play style. Do you not? How come you guys didn't keep that same tone for Xavi with this
because he's a
Xavi
Barca
had playstyle when he
legend.
came here, he just didn't.
Because he's a Barca
keep up with it.
legend, bro.
Did he have
It's
playstyle,
the
or
it's
was
the
it
name.
Playstyle already
he had
great.
he had playstyle.
Yeah,
in
playstyle.
the first
And then
couple years.
a lot of players, main players, got injured, and I guess he had to revert to being pragmatic.
No, you know what actually happens? So
He had so many injuries
you know what actually
throughout the
happens?
seasons.
So
when he's been here.
when one manager leaves, they have those tactics, right? So you had Koeman's defensive tactics with counter-attacking tactics, right? Then you bring in a manager like Xavi who pretends that he wants to play a tiki-taka style. So you combine the two, so it looked like there was some sort of play style. That's why it looked good at first. And then Koeman's tactics start slowing down.
Oh, okay.
It's fact. It happened with many teams.
Okay.
Koeman's tactics start slowing down, and now you're seeing the
Slowing
full-
down.
Now you're
Tactics are
seeing the
slowing
full
down.
effect of Xavi's tactics alone because the team does not know how to defend anymore. They don't know how to cross. They don't know how to do anything. They're just
Does that have to do with the players and the profiles of the players?
no. The players and profiles of the players are great. You guys have good players on this team.
They don't have a proper six.
That's still an excuse now. The proper six.
De Jong is a proper six. I
Their
don't care what you tell me.
main goal, their
You're-
keeper is injured.
I don't care.
Ignacy
man.
Peña's
You
Your
guys
team
were
is
you
miles
guys were
ahead of half the league.
you guys were praising him that first game he was playing.
Ooh, Peña?
Yeah.
It doesn't even
Yeah,
matter.
one or two good
It
games.
doesn't
That's
even,
it.
it doesn't even matter. Look at Madrid. No Courtois.
Okay, Kepa's better than Peña.
Kepa's better.
Then Pena, yes, he is.
Peña's allowed 19 goals in January alone, bro.
Kepa was the worst.
It's not.
Dude, it's not his fault. Did you guys watch Did you watch last game?
The defense.
Did you watch last game? Okay, whose fault is that? You guys are letting go 5 goals in one game where half those goals are literally caused by your defense. Who does Cancelo think he's doing, clearing that ball and then passing it back to his players?
Peña looking that good though? No.
You're not gonna look good,
Dude,
if your defense
dude, your
isn't looking
defense is
good.
passing the ball in its own box.
Well, if your keeper's not making saves, then what?
Why do you think Kepa looks half decent? Because it's a good defense in front of him.
So you're saying he doesn't make saves?
He does make saves.
But you're gonna go off of if your defense is playing good, a goalie's gonna play that much better to keep their team in the game.
Yeah, for sure. But
If you're letting in 4 goals, 3 goals a game, like
But
you're
his defense is better
you're
than ours.
down. Like look at Ter Stegen when they were bad. He was bad. And then their
Yeah,
defense
you
picked
guys
it
were
up, and Ter
called-
Stegen's good now.
You guys were calling for his head when Koeman was there.
He's injured now.
No, but like be real. Like I'm trying to tell you guys, like it's not the goalie.
Yeah, it's also dependent on the defenders.
It's
But
a-
when the defenders
it's a
don't
tactics.
perform, you need the keeper to perform too.
No,
not-
man, you can't. How can you expect the goalie to just lift up his socks and say, "I'll be here. I'm going to stop everything coming at
So you
me"?
can't put any blame on the keeper.
Not, dude. There's more blame on players than it is for keepers because that ball should never be coming at him to begin
Okay,
with.
but when it does come to that point, your keeper doesn't. make
Okay, but it's
saves.
not like he's letting balls going through his hands. He's getting shots coming point blank.
He's making poor decisions out there, bro.
No.
He's not making. Yeah.
Okay, but again, sure, sure,
A first
yeah, I
year
am
goalie
watching.
Should not be getting this many shots against though.
What do you expect? Like you said, he's
first year
new
goalie
and
for
he's
Barca.
an amateur.
First time playing for Barca.
We could say the same thing about another goalie in the Prem.
Yeah, what's
Nana.
Lunin?
Lunin, yeah.
He plays great.
He's been there for years.
He's first time playing.
Been there for years.
Doesn't matter if he's been there for years.
He's
And
been there
Peña's
for
been there
years.
too. I'm sure.
No, he hasn't.
I'm sure. Yeah, he's probably been.
Let's go back to the gaffers. Who do you think Barca should sign?
I don't give a shit. They could sign a trash bag for all I care.
Okay, but then name
What are you trying to say? I don't understand what
no one's out there. Name a
coach
coach.
is then.
Name a coach.
This is my whole point. Koeman didn't have a good replacement. Xavi does not have a good replacement.
Yeah, exactly. From
This is my point.
if you're giving me excuses, one day it's about the players and the defenders, and then it's about this and about that, and then I don't know where you're saying Koeman did a shit job with the team that he had. So what is it? Is it the
Because the
gaffer
manager is what I'm
or
saying.
is it the players? Pick one.
Both.
No, but it's half the time you're saying it's the manager. The other half when you want Xavi when you want to give Xavi his flowers and see, oh, he was doing great. You know, he did his best. He won the league. It's the players that didn't do it for him. You know what? This year the players didn't step up. Okay. And then when Koeman, we're talking about Koeman. No, it was all Koeman. Koeman did a shit job. Sure, maybe because you have Koeman and Xavi, you think Xavi's one of the greatest players because you guys watched him growing up. Okay, it's the name. It's the name. If you guys change the names and put their both seasons together, you guys would probably say, "I want Xavi back."
Yeah.
You saw.
I gave my points for why Xavi's better.
Yeah.
They're all false. They
Why are they
both play,
false?
They both play shit football.
Koeman ruined every relationship he had with many players throughout his club. He got
Who are
sacked
the
at every
players
club he
though?
was at.
Who are the players though?
Idrissa Gueye was one of them.
Where is he now?
You mean where is he now? Does it matter?
Yeah, where's he now?
What do you mean?
He's not a
That's
brat.
still a ruined relationship.
He's a brat though.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, dude, there's always going to be ruined relationships with gaffers and players, especially if you're a player who's maybe expecting to start. New gaffer comes in, you lose your place. There's always going to be some hard
So
feelings.
is it fair if the gaffer blames that player at a press conference?
No, I don't think that's
'Cause
right.
That's what
but-
Koeman did. Xavi would put all responsibility on himself. He wouldn't blame the players.
Because his back was to the wall.
So at that point, put it on someone else.
Who? Koeman?
Coleman.
No.
Coleman did that.
Yeah, I'm saying his
Blame the
back.
players.
Yes, Koeman's back was to the wall.
So was Xavi.
He didn't have the Barca board's back like Xavi does. He had nothing.
Xavi didn't have Messi.
He didn't have.
Oh my God, that's the same with the Messi
He
thing
didn't
again.
have. He didn't have the
Holy
Barca board's
shit.
back. He didn't have the fans.
What do you mean he
back.
didn't have the Barca boards back? They wanted him to fail.
They didn't care if he.
So why they sign him?
They didn't want. They
Because
didn't
there's no one
care.
else.
They
They
didn't
Yeah,
didn't
like
care
you
if
said,
he
there's
did
no other
better.
options.
Again, there's
But
no
what do you
option.
mean the board? They didn't have the boards back.
Dude, the board was going.
Yeah, we're sticking by Xavi's side. Yeah, we're sticking by Xavi's side. No matter how bad he does, we're sticking by his.
So you're saying when they
Did they do that for Koeman? When?
so you're saying when they signed Coleman, they said we don't stick by
Yeah,
him.
we don't
just
wanna
sign him
stick
just
with
because.
him.
No, not when they signed him. I'm talking about after, like later on.
It comes to a point where you can't stick with him. Like you guys are saying, this only happens at Barcelona. You guys don't stick by his side. If he's doing good, yes, okay. If it's not doing too well, okay, we're sticking by his side. But it comes to a point where you can't stick by your side anymore. You're making it seem like it hasn't happened to your club, or anyone else's club.
Yes.
So then,
Why?
what's your issue? Like I don't
Yes.
understand.
This is literally my point. You just explained it. Why are you guys still backing Xavi?
Because there's nothing else, and I prefer Xavi. That's not my point. Okay,
But
now
why?
what?
But why do you prefer Xavi?
Because I like him more. So what?
Because it's his name.
Okay, so then what?
That's all it is.
Okay, yes, it is.
So that shows why you prefer Xavi over Koeman because of his name.
Yes, and what?
Okay,
That just shows the type of
There you go.
Why couldn't you guys just say that?
You didn't give me time to say. I didn't say it once.
So you just like Xavi because of his name.
Yes.
Then you shouldn't
and
be.
what?
You shouldn't be talking football then.
I shouldn't be talking football
Because if all of your opinions is because of your personal interest in
I
fans,
prefer him as a player, as a gaffer. Yes, what's wrong with that?
but you have nothing to back it up. Matthews is giving us reasons why he has it, but you're just saying because I like his as growing up.
but that-
Growing
I like him
up,
as a- I
he was
like
one of
him
the
as
best
a coach.
midfielders
That's the
watching,
reason.
That's the answer I wanted, to be honest.
Okay.
and that's the worst. That's the worst answer I've ever heard
Okay.
from anyone.
That's
Okay.
that's what I needed, to be honest, because that's what I was trying to get at. Like,
That what? I like him more. Yes, I do like him
I'm
more.
saying, like it's similar endings to the career, but one ended up like stupidly, and one ended up.
It's because Dave didn't watch
he's
growing.
still doing-
Dave didn't
What
grow
does
up
that mean?
watching Coleman play football.
Season isn't done yet. It's January.
He's done his
We don't know that.
season. I could guarantee. I could bet my whole.
We don't know that, bro.
If the guy's already tossing in the bag halfway through the season, or over a little bit more over the season,
What does that mean? Tossing his bag.
he's done. Like he already called it. He's leaving at the end of the season.
So
No,
the Klopp then?
sorry.
Klopp tossing
No,
his
but
towel?
Klopp is not going to end off the season and poorly
You're saying
because
tossing the towel.
No. There's a difference.
how are you comparing Klopp with freaking Xavi?
You're saying the same thing.
No, because Klopp is.
You think Xavi's gonna just stop playing or stop trying?
Klopp is tired. He's done everything he needed to do with
Okay,
Liverpool,
but
and he wants
Xavi's
to
gonna stop trying?
Xavi, on the other hand, is a bad manager, and he realizes this. And
So-
he said, "I don't want to."
So his excuse is-
Or you could say
Or-
Xavi is tired of the media and he thinks
No.
he's done all that he can do. He's hit his ceiling already, and for the best of the club. And
No,
Exactly.
no, because
He's
what
leaving in that regard.
what you can say also is that Xavi already made his excuse for the next halfway of the season. Because his excuse now is like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not the best player for the manager for this team. So whatever results I perform after this,
Doesn't matter.
don't come to me and say that I didn't do my job because I already told you guys I'm not the right guy for the job.
But is he saying this?
He literally just said he's not the right guy for the job. Yes or
He
no?
literally
Okay.
also said even if he wins the CL, he'll still leave.
Yes.
Bullshit.
He's not going to win this.
Bullshit.
Okay.
No.
So what you're
No.
saying is not bullshit.
No.
but
No.
what's coming from his actual
It's not
mouth
bullshit.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. If
'Cause you know more than him.
If he goes and wins the fucking Champions League and wins the league, dude, the guy's fucking gonna be crowned as the best manager you guys ever had.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's not.
You guys are gonna kiss his ass till the day he
It's
dies.
his word versus what you think.
Yeah, but but of course, if I'm performing poorly and I say even if I win the league and I win Champions League, I would still leave because I don't think I'm doing the best job. Dude, that's fucking. He's obviously gonna say that. He's obviously gonna say that. How can you say no?
He's covering his ass.
Like, how can you? But logically, how can you just expect him to say, even if I win Champions League, he's not going to win Champions League? First of all,
You never know.
No.
no. It's not because you never know. Because you always come to me with this stuff that you never know. It's literally. But what are the odds in his favor or against him?
Yeah, they're against him.
Okay, so there you go.
There's an odd.
No. What are the odds?
I couldn't tell you. I don't have the odds.
1 in 1 million?
Very low.
Okay.
1 in a million? Probably
Very
high,
high.
a lot higher than that.
Then
what's
again?
your point?
My point is that he's already made his excuse for the end of the season.
Okay.
That's it. So don't tell me he's doing a good job for saying.
Or the way I saw it, because maybe I saw it in a different way. He's giving the board and the team a chance to find a new coach.
No.
What did Klopp do?
No, because like you guys
What did
say,
Klopp
like
do?
you guys
He did the exact same thing.
Like you guys
They are
said,
in different- they are in different spots.
no. Like you guys said, there's no other option. So I'm sure the board is
He's gonna
probably
give them. He's giving
no,
them
no,
something.
no, because I'm sure the board also are out there like, fuck, who else do we have, right? And you think Rafa's gonna come and play coach the first team, and you know what? Out of nowhere, do a great job.
No one's
never
saying
know.
that.
No, again, what do you never know?
No one's saying
Probably
that
not.
either.
No, but
It's happened
okay.
before.
Let me finish. Again, you
Do you
Xavi
think
just
Girona was gonna do this good?
What?
Do you think Girona was gonna do this good this season?
okay, but that's you're
No, because
comparing
you
you're
never
comparing
know.
Girona to like
but you never know.
the Barcelona.
Exactly. So what? Realistically, Barcelona's a better team. No.
Yeah.
So realistically, they
it
should
should
be
be
better
No,
next year. No.
so why not say okay?
that's like, but you make like.
So why
you make it
can't
seem like nothing
why
happened.
can't Xavi pull his socks up and be like, yeah, we're gonna do shit this season, but next year we're gonna come back stronger.
He's had enough,
Oh,
man.
he knows. He said he's sealed.
Gaffers have enough. Look at Klopp. He's had enough, and he's team
After 8 years,
Okay,
no,
he's
European
done 3 years.
experience.
after 8 years,
realize.
and after 8 years.
Damn, maybe I'm not fit.
So
to
what?
coach
Klopp's
Barcelona.
gonna go and when he first signed for Liverpool, he was expected to fucking win Champions Leagues in the leagues like just like that.
Klopp's,
I don't think that
Klopp's
kind-
been at other European clubs before that.
And I don't think there's that kind of expectation at Liverpool. At Barca, it's either win trophies
Okay,
or get
win
sacked.
trophies or get sacked, but with what team? And then when Koeman didn't do it,
then,
get the fuck out of here because you garbage.
That's still the mentality.
That's the mentality of a club.
But do you think that's the right mentality?
Yes, Barcelona's one of the best clubs in the world.
Okay.
That's the mentality.
Okay, so
And I just want to go back to the Girona comment. This was bound to happen. They're backed by Man City. Like
This was bound to happen.
it's
You
bound-
had them win
No.
top four.
How much have they
So
spent
that,
then?
like,
I'm not saying like.
what do you mean it was bound to happen?
Okay, can I just talk? Like
You said it was bound to happen.
yes, eventually, I didn't think it was gonna happen this fast, but it's bound to happen. They're owned
Bound to
they're owned
happen.
they're owned by smart owners.
Crazy.
They made great signings. They signed a good manager. All low profile people that they signed, all smart. Barca could sign the best manager in the world. It's not gonna change anything.
You mean
because
all
of-
smart? You don't know any. You don't know
I
any
don't
of them.
know, but now
what
that
other
then how do
teams
you
is
know?
Citigroup affiliated with?
What?
What other teams is Citigroup affiliated with besides Girona?
City.
Well, there's a lot
Some
more.
teams.
Who?
Palermo.
How are they doing?
I think they might get promoted this year.
Yeah, they're making a come up. They're definitely lower level, but I think you can definitely say like, obviously Girona are exceeding expectations.
Yes.
Yeah,
But I think every year or two you have these teams that are well put together.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good run of form.
compare Girona, a team that sure doesn't have money to spend, but if they're gonna spend that money, they're gonna spend it well,
Yeah.
right? Because there's a reason to spend that money rather than just hoping that they can get. Yeah, Barcelona again. Sure, make the excuse we have no money, our board's shit, whatever.
But
They get whoever they can get,
Of course. you
right?
spend
So
money,
how do you
yeah.
expect to just perform, picking up players coming on freeze and hoping to build a team that you get from players just coming on freeze?
What else do you expect us to do? We have no money. Like
know
you
what's-
said.
So buy players
We
with
have
the
no
right with the right money. You have $0. You have $0.
They had
We had to get players on loan and free transfer. Yes.
they had
We had to. Yes, we understand that a couple of seasons ago we had some financial issues and now we're paying the price for it.
But yet you expect trophies every single season.
That's the Barca mentality.
Mentality.
But we're getting players
But that's
for free.
Is that not Man U's
That's
mentality?
terrible. No.
Man U's mentality is not
Man
to
U-
finish top four.
Yeah,
and win
but
a trophy.
but sorry, we're spending money, so we're expected to win results.
okay.
You guys are getting players for free, and you guys expect to win the fucking Ballon d'Or and the Champions Leagues.
Top clubs in the La Liga.
No.
I mean, no. No. What do you mean no?
They literally won the league last year.
Yeah, like, I don't-
Okay, the last season, the worst season in La Liga.
But
Oh yeah, it's not Liga.
Yeah, La
So
Liga.
just because Barca won, it's the worst season in La Liga.
It was a bad season. Come on.
Barca had a 10-point gap at one point.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It was a bad La Liga, man.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
they were
Then
down
Athle-
10 points, end up winning the league. It's bad.
Atletico's win wasn't a bad league, or was it?
I can't remember, to be honest. It could have been. I don't know. I can't remember.
I think
They remember when Barca won.
Because that was last year, brother.
Atletico's was 2 or 3 years ago.
No, it was not.
And I remember that was a bad league too.
That was not.
Yes, it was.
La Liga might just be bad in general.
I think at the end of the day, you can definitely say that it was maybe an easier league for Barca to win. Some teams weren't performing as high as they should. This year now, all of a sudden, everyone's back and they're not performing as well. But my question is, how long does this Barca cycle last? Or it seems like it's a constant new gaffer in, gaffer's not good enough, blame the players aren't good enough, new gaffer. I think at the end of the day, whether it's Marquez or whether it's one of these other Spanish gaffers that come in, I figure the same thing's just going to happen. Oh, he's not good enough for Barcelona. He's not good enough for Barcelona. So at what point do you say, okay, you know what? Maybe we need to cash in on some of these higher profile players that we have and actually properly rebuild the club, starting with a gaffer and then back that gaffer. Because at this point, if Marquez comes in It's just another stopgap of a Barca legend that used to play for the team. He's going to come in. Maybe they win. Maybe they don't. If they don't, the pressure's too hot. He's gone. And then it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing until what? Right? Is it maybe better for them to maybe cash in on Araujo, who's been inconsistent? Do you maybe get rid of Lewandowski, save on that salary, and use that money to actually build a proper team from the ground up with a gaffer that you back, with a proper play style, similar to, let's say, a Leverkusen?
But the thing with that problem now is, sure, you sell those players. You sell Araujo, who's probably, again, in form. When he is in form, he's their best defender. Lewandowski, who, again, 2 years ago, the best striker in the world, right? Okay. And then who are you going to get? You're not going to get all-stars either for that price. You're not going to get top talent for a good price. And again,
yeah.
Are you going to win trophies with this fresh talent that you're going to be getting?
They're not winning trophies now.
Probably not. So what is it? Again, it's not the signs. I don't have the money. The players aren't performing. The gaffer's not good. Our club doesn't support us.
Yeah.
But we deserve to win trophies every single season because we're Barcelona. So
It's not about who said deserve.
What? Who said deserve?
you
That's
guys
the
really tell me.
mentality. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't say deserve. I said
That's the mentality.
Okay,
It's a
but
good
how do you
mentality to have.
again? So from the 5 points I named, 4 or 5 points, do you still go to every season and be like, we're gonna win a trophy this year?
I'm not saying that.
But
I'm
I
saying that's the club's mentality. That's
yeah,
not what
it's
I
the
think
mentality of
should
the
happen.
club.
Again,
Okay, actually, I forgot to bring this up because everyone knows, I'm a pretty big Barca hater. So I was doing my
You think?
Barca hater research on Xavi, and I would never want this guy to step anywhere near my club. And this is why Koeman is a better coach.
Nope.
Do you guys know why Araujo plays right back?
Why he plays right back?
Why does he play right
Do you guys know why? Do you guys know
Tell me, you're the Barca hater.
He initially played Araujo right back to counter against Vini.
So that's actually not the reason. It's
All right,
That
go
was
ahead.
no. The reason
He
why,
has all the
so
stats. Go.
Koundé, right? When he played right back, their win rate that is like substantially better when he's playing right back and Araujo center back. Okay. So one day he went over to Xavi. Hey Xavi, I don't want to play right back anymore. And Xavi's like, oh, okay, Koundé, I'll do whatever you want.
And then they bought Cancelo.
Even if it ruins the league for us, I'll do it for you. So now that's why they play him center back and Araujo right back. Cancelo doesn't matter. Cancelo sucks. He's not good anymore. And we've seen it. He had a good couple of games for
Gosh, man.
He had a
This
good
is
couple
crazy
games.
talk.
He had a good couple games for Barca,
Holy.
and that's all you
He got injured.
And he's more of a left back anyway now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about Cancelo.
they did not cause like 3 of your goals last game.
Yeah, like it doesn't like
One
so-
of them, yeah.
I don't
2
wanna
of
hear
them.
Cancelo. I don't want to hear Cancelo.
He passed it back. Whatever. Go
So
on.
do you want a manager that is so yes sir with their players, or would you rather a gaffer who's actually the boss at your club? Because
Where are you going with this?
So you
that's what I'm trying to
don't
say.
think a manager should try keeping all his players happy? And
No, not if you're winning.
Excuse me. So you're telling me if a player comes to me, he's like, I'd rather play this way, but you're getting results playing him in a certain position. You're gonna change things now?
I wish I
He played right back for a while.
took a screenshot of the percentages.
Barca
man.
sent Barca bought a right back to compensate for that.
Cancelo's not a right back.
Cancelo.
Cancelo is not a right back.
Dude, when was the last time Cancelo played right?
Cancelo is not a right back.
And what is he?
right wing back.
He's more of an attacking right winger. Yes.
Okay, he plays on
mid.
the right side.
Okay.
Behind the winger.
As a right back, he's not a right back.
Okay, but he was bought to fulfill that side.
But they had to fulfill that side.
That-
Koundé,
That's not what Koundé was bought for initially.
but that's his best position by far. And it's like, I wish I took a screenshot of these percentages. Like the percentages of when he plays right back, I think they had like a high 80s
He's a
win percentage.
Your best center back.
With him at center back and Araujo at right back, it was like high 60s, low 70s, I think. Like that's huge. That's a big
But
difference.
how many games were played?
It was probably just even amount.
It's still percentage, bro. It's still
I
percentage.
think percentages are all.
It just can be skewed.
Yeah, but I
No.
think at the end of the day, like
But it's facts.
that just also goes to show the that also just goes to show the squad planning.
Screenshot.
You're bringing in these players on a free transfer. Koundé was brought in for a hefty penny. So if you're bringing a player like Koundé in, you have a plan for him.
But he wasn't bought to play as a right back.
He was bought to win you games.
He was bought to win you games. At the end of the day, you're bringing in a player because he's going to win you games. If you already have Araujo, who is supposed to be the next big thing at center back, and you brought in Christensen now as well on a free transfer, who's probably Barca's best center back.
But who is a center back?
Who is a center back? Instead of spending that 60, 70 odd million on a center back that you're going to play right back because he's good there, but then actually play center back and you start losing, would that money not be better invested in other positions in the squad?
Give me other positions.
6.
Okay.
They did. They invested big in Romeo. dude.
A
winger?
6 and the
Yeah.
6 wasn't good enough.
Dude, you guys were saying Romeo's good enough.
The profile
An
made
actual
sense.
right back?
But actual ability wise, no.
but like
No,
I
but
feel like
Kunde
me
was
and
brought.
Dan
Kunde was
and
brought.
maybe James told you Romeo's not gonna fill Busquets.
Kunde was
Romeo had a great season this season, and he's on a free. I can't complain.
No, but the thing is, like, even Cruyff himself said, like, once we see Busquets leave Barca, we'll see a completely different
So
side.
why
They won't
not
be
get
able
a,
to replace
a
him.
player to replace him years before?
Because bad planning by the board.
Okay. Again,
Yeah.
but again, wasn't Kunde bought way before
Before what?
Before what?
before Busquets left, anyways?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He's been there for
Yeah,
like
he
2
was
years
supposed to
now.
be
But he's been there
six.
for a while. But at the end of the day, like if you know you're tight for cash and you're gonna go make a splash of a signing, you should make it with knowing that Busquets is gonna be leaving. He's on his way out. He's old. He's gonna be gone.
They probably thought De Jong was
That's
going to
the
be
most
there.
important position in your team. You should be expending that 60, 70 million on that position where you have clearly a glaring need.
Yeah.
Not a position where you have an up and coming talent like Araujo. You still had center backs that could play. You still had center backs coming in on free.
Yeah, it's just poor planning by the board. Like, they didn't address the need for signing a replacement for Busquets years before he was ready to leave the club. They didn't address the need for replacing Suarez years before he started declining. It's down to the board as well, too.
So is that the biggest problem?
It's always been the board.
Planning.
It's always been the
So
board.
it's not
that's the biggest
Koeman.
problem.
It's not Xavi. It's
No,
the
they're
board.
definitely a part of it, but the board are probably the main issue.
I could agree with that. See, I'll agree with you on that.
Like, we always
We
said that was the
finally
issue.
came to an agreement.
But like, you guys said, what's his name? Laporte is good. I thought he was good.
He's definitely reduced that debt that Barca's had. That obviously it's still a lot right now. I think still over like hundreds of millions. It was at the billions at one point. I think it's gone down a little bit by now, but it'll take years to fix that debt. It's not like a 1-2 kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's not gonna happen overnight.
But at the end of the day, you still need to make sure you're fielding a successful squad, because if you're not, you're missing out on that Champions League money.
Again,
You're missing out on that La Liga money. You're missing out on filling those seats.
and the thing is here, like, not for anything, like, sure, me and Chris can say we hate this Barca side, but at the end of the day, it's more of a joke on them because they come here one day and the other day they're
trolling,
they're
yeah.
troll. We're just trolling. End of the day, they come. End of the day, they come here like, oh, we fucking love this club.
There's no
10 years.
You just said there's no
2 years ago, 2 years ago, you know, one goal is not good enough. Today, you know, this club is in shambles.
You have to
No, okay, but sure, but
things, situations change.
again, not to say Xavi isn't a terrible manager. I never said.
He's terrible.
Sure, you can say not
You
to say
said it.
not to say Xavi's a terrible manager. Not to say Koeman is even worse. Sure, they're doing their jobs and I think at the best they can with what they provide and what they're given. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the club and the club itself not being well prepped, and I guess expecting too much from some of their players and some of their gaffers when they're brought in.
Yeah, it's the one of the most difficult jobs in football, bro.
And not for anything, but that La Liga trophy that was won last season was kind of like, sure, you can say that Xavi did a good job then. Sure, we can say that the league was a shitty league, but that was kind of like a quick filter for the league, for the club to think like, you know, we're back on track.
yeah, it was almost.
But it was never-
it was almost like a false hope.
It was never back on track because you guys ended up coming back in the season. You said you were 10 points down, and you guys came back. You guys came back with no European football. You guys were literally just focusing on the league, which was in your favor
on a trophy.
again.
They won.
But comparing that to this season, you're obviously competing in Champions League now. You're competing in the other trophies in the league now. It's now it's like it's really showing you what it was if Xavi was. It's just showing you the truth of Xavi's performance as a manager compared to last season.
Yeah, sure. Injuries also play a big part in that too. Like I mentioned,
Injuries.
you miss your main goalie, obviously not performing as well. You're missing Pedri for a lot of games. You're missing Gabi, probably one of the most important players in that squad.
The Young was injured.
No excuse.
Never have our midfielders.
Rafinha injured too.
Yeah, I
No
think
excuse.
at the end,
Relying on 16-year-olds. Like,
Throwing
what
that.
other club does that?
a lot of
Probably Juve at the moment, to be honest.
if you really think about a dude like nowadays, almost all clubs
A
rely
lot
on
of
young
clubs.
players,
A lot of clubs have
It's
young
not just
players.
Barcelona. Every team has injuries. Every team has to rely on young players. Every team has to rely on their backup goalie from time to time. At the end of the day, it's part of football. You're never going to have a perfectly fit team. And nowadays, with COVID and financial tightness, unless you're backed by an oil club, you're gonna have to play those young players. United spends shit ton of money and still has to rely on someone like Kobe Mino to come in. Right? Juve never used to play young players, and now you're having the young Belgian Nonje come in. You're having Yildiz starting every game now. every team is starting young players now. It's just the way the football is.
Yeah.
Teams don't have the financial backing to have a roster of 20 experienced players that are top level.
Yeah, I don't want to hear this.
Oh, it is.
excuse anymore.
Yeah.
Both starting 16-year-olds?
Yeah.
You've just started. Yeah, like you said.
We just started.
Okay,
You've
but
been doing it for
again,
years.
like you said, what are the other options if you guys can't afford players?
Exactly. That's exactly what we're saying.
They have a good academy which they could rely on players, but
You guys have
doing
good
that,
academy
playing
players.
them too much, that stunts the growth of the players. You see that with Pedri. Pedri's burned out and he's 21, bro.
I get it, but you have like these injury problems where players are coming in and out of the team, so they're still getting games. Juve at the beginning of the year had Fajoli and Pogba right at the end of the transfer window where they couldn't replace them, both out for the year because of what betting and doping. Like, and look
That's
at
stuff you
Legby.
can
He's literally
control.
look how good he's doing with these young players. They have no mid right now. They have literally it's all young players mid and Rabiot and Locatelli. The rest is just young players, and we're still thriving. And again, not having European football does help a lot because these young players won't be having to play that extra game or whatever. So
So does that play a part of you were doing good and thriving?
yes, but
So then
Barca has a lot deeper team than you do.
you have a deeper team.
You do.
A lot of them are injured.
Yes, but Juve has injuries too.
Yeah, but you're saying we have a deeper team of who?
You still have
Everyone's
players,
injured.
man.
Our subs are 16-year-olds.
That's fine. What's wrong?
That's not a
with that?
deeper team though.
Just don't start. You don't start them every game, or you rotate them. That's how.
That's not a deeper team.
The problem is they kind of have to.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not
So
fun.
then
It is.
No, because
how is
we
that
see what's
fine? Because
happened
we're
with
playing
Pedri,
other.
bro.
We're playing, like you said, we're playing other tournaments
We see
too.
what happened with the Yamal, or sorry, with the Fati.
Okay, but you guys put all the money into Fati like he was gonna be the next star, bro. The guy had like 3 ACL tears.
He was amazing.
phenom,
He was a phenom, destroying it in
If you
Champions League.
disagree, then you're bugging.
Yeah.
And the season he was playing, was performing really well. You guys were like, oh, okay, he had Messi with him.
He was still
He was performing nonetheless.
Okay, but again, he had one of the best players in the world.
He unfortunately, what happened to him? He got injured.
And like I said, that was with who? Koeman?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And with the team that was way better than it is today. You put Fati in this club, he's broken to perform shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The club.
You said better, man.
Sorry,
You said better.
what?
He meant way
You
worse.
said the
He meant way
Koeman team was better.
Who? Which team?
worse.
You
Doesn't
just
matter.
said the
okay.
Oh no, what's way worse? That's what I meant.
See,
No, I think at the end of the day, one of Barca's main issues right now is they're too focused trying to find the next Messi. And at the end of the day, it's not happening.
Wait, you guys are complaining about injuries. I just look at their injury trend. Is Xavi? Sure, Xavi's a starter. Okay.
Yeah, they're not missing. They're not missing.
Inigo Martinez, who doesn't
They're
play.
not missing that many.
Ter Stegen, who's probably your best player, sure.
yeah, your main goalie, who
Okay.
had most shutouts
Okay.
last season, is injured.
Okay. And then Rafinha, who you guys don't
He was
rate.
one of our best players last season.
You guys don't
Had the
rate.
best
David
GA
is not.
out.
David is not rate. Sure.
I don't like it, but he does facts.
No. Don't.
He had the most
not
goals.
GA. He's not your best wing. He got GA against shit teams.
Okay, yes, I did, but it's still GA.
Always.
It is.
Barca win
It's
the league.
fact.
Oh, the league was shit.
It
A
is.
player does good. Oh, he does against shit.
No. Because no. Don't start.
He
with
scored
that.
big
Don't
goals.
start with that because
But don't start with the GA. It's facts.
It doesn't.
He has the most
Bro.
GA last season. One of the most GAs last season.
Whether you get them or not.
I don't like it. I know. I understand. I don't like
How
it.
many times did you guys say that Rafinha sucks?
I don't.
Okay.
times?
Okay.
How
But
many
then you
still
guys.
say
But
it.
now you guys have Yamal, who's again a top talent.
He's 16 years old.
Okay.
Okay. Because yes, your starter's injured.
Exactly.
But again, is Yamal not a good player for the depth that you have?
Rafinha would be starting though.
But is Yamal not good depth? A good
Yes,
replacement?
but we have no other depth right now. Exactly.
Again,
He has to be playing.
you have 3 players that are probably starters in your team that are injured.
Yes, and because of that, we have to play 16-year-olds.
Fine.
Who?
That's
Yamal,
fine.
that's
We're
it.
saying Pedri playing so much is good to stunt his
Yamal, that's it.
Playing Yildiz every game. Like, what's the difference?
Yildiz.
Okay. No ball knowledge, I guess.
Yeah, no ball knowledge.
Probably a better talent than Yamal.
Good one. You can't even- see how he stopped right when he started saying his name?
Low key might
Good
be.
one.
Yildiz is good, but
He low key might be.
Yeah, for sure. Put in the comments.
Was he done for his national team?
Watch a game.
Was he done for his national team?
Watch a game.
Has he started?
Yes.
For his national team.
Yes, yeah.
he,
One.
yes, he is.
Scored?
Many games.
Scored?
Yeah, yeah.
Assisted?
Yes.
Yeah, how many?
He's a good player.
I'm gonna get you those stats right now.
Stats man over here.
What team?
Huh?
What team?
Turkey.
Turkey,
Yeah, exactly. Spain.
Well, no, it's hard to score for Turkey than Spain.
No, I'm talking about starting.
Yeah, but he also can't choose where he's from.
Yeah, what the heck?
He can't just go declare and start playing for Spain.
Hold on.
I think whatever. Either way, both good young talents.
This is unbelievable, Jeff.
What's
What?
unbelievable? You think Yildiz is better than Yamal?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Okay, let's give it 5 years. Because we all know where Yamal's going to be. Probably
The
at
brat,
the bottom
bro.
Premier League side, right?
Bottom Premier League side. Hey man, with the way Barca works, probably overplayed and injured, and then
Going at Fulham. Yildiz will be at Yildiz price though.
Shit club.
massive club.
Still a show club, but you guys are not going to make Europe.
Oh, no, Europa League. Yeah.
They'll be there. I think they'll still qualify for Champions League.
There's only
La,
3 teams.
yeah, La Liga has definitely taken kind of a step down in terms of the overall quality. I think so. I think in that sense, Barca's lucky. They'll finish top 4 even not playing well because no one else is really stepping up to take their spot.
Actos.
These go through cycles.
Okay.
All right, dude.
You're all right, dude.
I said all right.
Right.
This isn't the Premier League where it's cycled. Okay, go on. That's it? That's all, boys?
Just end it off.
Yeah.
I think it's Barca talk.
I think that's all we
You
got.
guys kept talking.
That's all we got, folks.
You think you're finishing top 4?
Yes.
Yeah, Barca will finish top 4.
Girona 55, Real Madrid 54, Atletico Madrid 44, Barcelona 44,
It should be able to finish top 4.
Athletic Club 42,
Mhm.
Real Sociedad 36.
Is that a good season?
That's top
If
6.
we finish top 4?
They'll finish top 4.
It's not a good season?
They'll finish top 4.
But they're not winning.
If you don't finish top 4, what's happening?
What? This Gaffer's leaving?
Gaffer's leaving already.
Yeah, he's spending to do.
What other repercussions are they got?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying.
So saying what?
You guys are in the track of finishing out of the top 4 for the first time in how many years? No, but you guys are on track to. You guys are literally in 4th.
Track to. We're tied in 4.
Okay, what about when Koeman was at the
Okay,
club?
no.
He was in 9th place, then Xavi took over.
Okay,
Got them out of 9th. Finished in the top 4 spot.
I'm just saying. But we're talking about right now.
Okay.
You guys are on the track to
We're
finishing.
in track.
But how do
Where's
you
the
determine
stats
that?
from?
What's-
Yeah,
what's
what's
the
On
determinant of
track.
that?
You guys have been losing, and you guys are literally in 4th place.
Exactly. We're
So-
on track to
So if you
finish
keep
out of top
losing,
We're slowly falling down.
and if
the
you
table.
keep
And if you're not
losing,
winning,
if you keep losing, and you have teams like Atletico Club who just beat you guys,
okay.
and is underneath you and gonna probably surpass you, right? Is that not on track of dropping? Okay, so
with this news of Xavi announcing him leaving, the players are fired up and saying, "Guys, let's do this."
That can't happen. That can't happen. That can't happen. No, they know. They know. It won't happen.
okay, well, we'll have to just see and wait.
I think at the end of the day, I think Barca will rally. They'll finish top 4. At the end of the day, their
100%.
squad is still very strong,
Should.
but one of the best in the league. I think they'll definitely finish top 4. But I think if you're Barca, you need to go and you need to make a statement against Napoli. That's your biggest goal, is because you need to go out there, you need to beat Napoli, you need to progress to the
They're
next
playing
round.
like shit.
Not only for a financial reason, but to also show that, you know what, Barca are still here. You know what I mean? We may be kind of going through it, but we can still be a top club in Italy.
Top club in Italy, they're in 9th place.
They just won.
They're in 9th. They're in 9th place. Did you guys not win the league last year?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys just won the league. You guys should be winning freaking all the trophies. You're top level.
Two teams that just won the league.
There's not a team that has Spalletti anymore. It's
Just-
a different team. No Kim.
Yeah,
It's a
definitely
different team. You can't compare this team to last year if you're literally finishing them finish.
But it's still
Back now.
9th place. This is a different team.
Still not.
I don't care. It's not still Napoli. Dude, the team is different.
Still Napoli.
But dude, it's literally a different team.
If Barca instead of Napoli, you'd be saying this Barca.
Okay, but if Barcelona's in 9th place and we saw a team going to 4th place, I'd hope you expect to beat Barcelona if they were in 9th place. I'd expect you guys to go and beat Napoli. Yes or no?
Do you think so?
Yes.
I think they should still be Napoli.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Napoli has been
I don't know if I
bad.
believe that,
Like they've been
I don't know.
bad.
Dude, you're in 9th place. You have teams like Bologna, Lazio, and Fiorentina on top of you. In a league that you guys always say, Serie A is weak, oh, Juve this, Juve that. Juve's in 2nd place. You guys say Juve is shit. So it's a shit league if Juve's in 2nd place.
Okay.
Napoli are still a big team, man. And they could do it in Europe.
No, they
They just lose all their mentality
they
from last
definitely
year.
can do it.
To still have the top players that they had last year.
They don't.
No, they don't.
That's Kim.
Okay, they have Cavada and Osimhen still.
Who are not performing.
Okay, sure.
Okay, both teams are in a bit of a shambles.
Exactly.
Just
And
one-
Osimhen is where? Osimhen is where?
Huh?
Where is Osimhen right now?
He's on Napoli.
Where is he playing football right now?
Yeah, he'll be
Napoli.
back. He'll be back. for
Napoli.
Champions League.
Well, what do you mean? Where's he playing
He's
football?
at AFCON. He's at AFCON.
Okay.
Is what he's saying.
Yeah, he's on Napoli. He's gonna be there.
Yeah, he'll be there for Champions League. But like I said, I think Barca need to win. They need to go through.
Yeah,
and
of
I
course
think
we
they
should.
win.
We should try
Need to
our
win.
best to win.
Right? They want to show they're serious. If they want to show La Liga is serious, you got to go out there and you got to be Napoli. If you don't, it's poor.
Yeah, that's that might be the
Really
worst
poor.
matchup, to be honest.
Really poor.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, hand it off, Dave.
He laughing at it. Go. Worst matchup. Dude, he's not even in a matchup.
Yeah,
That's
know you ain't
crazy. I know. I don't know how he's
No,
talking.
you ain't talking.
This guy's like, that's the worst
Bro, we
matchup
would
in
smack
Champions
you
League.
guys up if we played you guys right now.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Only
again,
you guys didn't cheat.
Yeah.
Come on.
If only.
And Barca
If
doesn't.
only.
And Barca doesn't. Okay, go end it up.
We'll beat you now when Juve is doing good and Barca's doing really bad. We'll beat you now.
Let's slap you guys.
Yeah.
Well, folks.
End it off. Stop crying. Go.
Well,
Who's
folks.
crying?
Hey, everybody calm down. That's all
Crazy
we got
talk.
today,
Holy.
folks. A lot of Barca talk. We knew it was gonna happen. We had all the brat boys on the couch together. We knew it was gonna be a dangerous episode.
Crazy.
A lot of gaffer talk. What's next for Liverpool? What's next for Barca? We'll have to wait and see. But with that being said, you know who we are.
Culture, mate.
Culture, baby. Really culture, boys.
We out.
Later, boys. Ciao, ciao.
Later. Peace. The anti-Barca cultures.
Let's become that's a ratty couch.